Dolphin fans, shout out to y'all. Next stop, 1,000 subscribers. So, hey, if you haven't hit that sub button, make sure you do it. And if you want to check out our Dolphins-only YouTube channel, you can see the link below, chatsports.com/DolphinsTV, because if you're a diehard Fin fan, that's where you need to go. All right, let's dive into this Dolphins mailbag, shall we? So this is the part of the show where we go in the comments, we look at what you guys are saying on our videos, we take them, and then we turn them into questions. So shout out to my man, Roy Crosby. Roy, you got to get a picture. Breakout player, ... Christian Wilkins. And this one's fun. So he's getting ready to enter year 2 and selected in the 13th overall round 1 in the 2019 NFL draft. He did start 14 games last season as a rookie, but he is one of the best young defensive tackles in the league, and I don't really think that's that difficult to argue about, because when he was drafted out of Clemson, yes, there was a lot of talent on that Clemson defensive line, but Christian Wilkins has been a player going all the way back to college where he was putting in the work and he was playing pretty good. So these are his 2019 stats: 56 tackles, 12 pressures, 8 hurries, 2 sacks. I think now when you see some extra additions on that defensive line like a Shaq Lawson, you might even be able to open up a few more things for this second-year player in Christian Wilkins. So shout out to Roy. That was his breakout player. Roy, I appreciate your participation. I appreciate you watching the videos, but this is what I want every single person to do. I want you to scroll on down in the comments section and let me know a breakout player for Miami on the defensive side of the football. Our next question's coming in here from C. Boogie with the hoodie. Okay, what does that look like? I'm not sure. Bring back Reshad Jones. And you're not the only person that put this question or I guess comment on our videos. And Reshad Jones was cut by the Miami Dolphins during free agency. The issue is Reshad Jones is not the Reshad Jones that I think a lot of Miami Dolphin fans fell in love with. And I just think that has to do with, he's getting up there in age a little bit and the injuries starting to pile up. So he missed 12 games last season. And when I really think about the elite Jones, I think about 2017. I think about even maybe a few years before that. He's just not quite the same player. And when I look at the Dolphins' defense in general, I think they actually have one of the most sneaky good defensive backfields in the entire league. You go out and pay Byron Jones a boatload of money, which deservingly so. Then you have Xavier Howard. You could argue Jones and Howard are probably the best cornerback duo in the league. You can argue. Rowe and McCain, if we can get the best out of McCain, hey, you're getting a little bit better. Noah Igbenogany, absolutely loved him when he first came out of Auburn. So in terms of Reshad Jones, I get that he's a fun name and that he's been a Dolphin for, 7 years now at this point, or was a Dolphin. But I think you're moving on, and it's okay to be able to move on from Reshad Jones. So if you haven't already, Dolphins-only YouTube channel. If you are a diehard Fins fan, okay? If you're in the Miami area, if you're in the U.S., if you're all over the world, this is where you need to go. I'm going to put it in the comments. I'm going to put it in the description. We've had a lot of channels here at Chat Sports. This is one of the fastest growing YouTube channels. We're getting close to 1,000 subs. So if you haven't yet, hit that sub button. This is a fun question here from Chris. All right, Chris. How about Cook for Albert Wilson, Kalen Ballage, and a 4th-round pick? So first, let's look at, Dalvin Cook and what he's been able to do throughout his career. Last year, over 1,000 rushing yards for the first time from the running back out of Florida State. The only reason why he hasn't eclipsed it in 2018 and 2017, it's been some injuries, especially the lower body injuries. Now let's look at Albert Wilson, the other part here to this trade. I think Albert Wilson is a good player. He's a fun player. He's a gadget player. But Albert Wilson, I don't know if that's going to be enough, because I said it last video and I saw a lot of people, they did agree with me, that Kalen Ballage is, he's just not very good. And it shouldn't really surprise many people. I have been saying for 2 years, the only reason why Ballage even got drafted where he did is because I think he had one good game where he scored 7 touchdowns in that game in college. So he has a lot of speed, but he is kind of just one-dimensional. So here's the trade, okay? Here is Chris Drum's trade idea. The Dolphins, they get Dalvin Cook. The Vikings receive Albert Wilson, Kalen Ballage, and a 2021 4th-round pick. It's an interesting idea, and I always, give bonus points, if you will, for creative ideas. However, both sides say no. I don't see the Dolphins going out and getting Dalvin Cook. I don't think they're going to want to pay him $13 million after getting Jordan Howard and after going out and get Matt Breida. But if you tell me who would win this trade, I do think the Dolphins would win this because the Vikings, they don't need Kalen Ballage. Sure, having a 4th-round pick's great, but Dalvin Cook at this point is worth more than Albert Wilson, Kalen Ballage, and a 2021 4th-round pick. Malicious Beast. What does that look like exactly? I think Shaq Lawson, could have a 10-plus sack season. They desperately need to be better at stopping the run and tackling. I think the defensive line has a big improvement this year. I do agree that the defensive line has gotten better. However, I think a 10-plus sack season from Shaq Lawson is asking a little much. So he played his first 4 years of his career with the Buffalo Bills, and the Buffalo Bills have had a lot of talent on that defensive line of the football. You guys know that. But he didn't start a single game last season. He did play in 15. But in those 15 games, he was able to rack up a career-high 6.5 sacks. So I think it's at least a creative idea because I've seen some Dolphins fans out there say, why not Shaq Lawson? Why can't Shaq Lawson put up big double-digit sack numbers? And I think it's simply because I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. I don't really think that he's ever going to be a 10-plus sack player. Sure, the Dolphins' offensive or defensive line's better. He is only 26 years old. However, I don't know if he's going to be able to get there. I think let's first try to get to another 6.5, 7 sack season. Then we'll look to get the double-digit sacks. But Malicious Beast, appreciate the question. So he's going 10-plus. I'm going to say like 7. We're going to go with that number, and then maybe we can build on it. How many sacks will Lawson have this upcoming season? What I want you to do if you're watching this video on YouTube, if you see it on Facebook, if you see it anywhere on the internet, I want you to scroll on down and let me know. I believe this is the last question on today's mailbag. Flaming Finn. Oh, man. I almost said Flaming Finn. Or I did say that. Forget it. I'm done. Getting off track. Matt Breida is going to break out. So this has been another very, very common one here. And he's an exciting player. And I think people should be excited about Matt Breida. Coming off back-to-back over 5-point yards per carry seasons. And he's got a lot of burst. He's got a lot of speed. And, 95 speed in Madden 21. They can't make up anything, right? You can't put anything fake on the internet. But I do like Matt Breida. He is a good running back. My only caution that I'm saying to all of you is, do I think he's going to be able to fit what the Dolphins are doing? Yes. However, Kyle Shanahan has been very, very good at getting the absolute best out of his running backs. I mean, look at Raheem Mostert. Look at Matt Breida. He's had a very good career, even this time with the Falcons with, Devonta Freeman. All I'm saying is limit your expectations a little bit with Breida. Plus, are we going to be able to see him handle a heavy workload because he has never had over 153 carries in a season? But we're going to have a fun question here, okay? Because when I think about breakout, I think about the running back that's going to have the best year for this Miami team. So who do you think is going to have more total yards this upcoming season? If you think it's going to be Jordan Howard, I want you to type JH. If you think it's going to be Matt Breida, I want you to type MB. If you've made it this far in the video, good job. Now, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button. It's 100% free for the next 365 days. So, Dolphins fans, have you gotten your jerseys yet? We've talked about T-shirts. I showed some pretty awesome stuff last week. These jersey deals that we got, you need to take advantage of. Go to chatsports.com/Dolphins jersey where you can get Tua. You can also get players, that are a little bit older, like a Dan Marino. They're not quite at $79.99. But if you want a jersey at that price that you see on screen, we got Christian Wilkins. There's Devontae Parker, hundreds of Dolphins jerseys, also for youth, also for women's, available at that link that you see below, chatsports.com/Dolphins jersey.